Collins Judge, Judge Keith Self. From Collin College, Dr. Carrie Israel and Dr. Mary LaFray. And last on our agenda, but not least, is our non-ISD Superintendent, Don Pro. Pastor in this beautiful facility, and he's dressed like a pastor, to give our invocations. That in order is our City Manager, Frank Reagan. Frank came on board as McKinney City Manager on March the 3rd, 2008. He outlined many of his initiatives and the things that are most important to McKinney's future in a presentation he gave on June the 30th, his 90-day presentation. Among significant changes Frank has already implemented are extending citizens' comment periods to the City Council meetings, having an extensive look at further green practices for our city, and TV coverage of the Council's work session and Planning and Zoning Commission meetings. Throughout the city's TV station, McKinney Vision, Reagan is originally from Raleigh, North Carolina, where he was raised on a tobacco farm, and he and his wife Jackie and their 6 kids are now part of our rapidly growing city. And if we keep hiring people, we're going to continue to grow, and that's a good thing. So let me present to you our City Manager, Frank Reagan. Frank?
I really appreciate Councilmember Ricky's restraint today, because there was discussion earlier about a fig leaf. There's a price to pay for this, I promise. You know, we're in our 160th year at McKinney, and as my assistant, Rick Chafin, and I'd like to recognize him, stand up here. I'm still in his line at this point in time. He says of 160 years, we've grown more in the last 7 years than we did in 153 years previous. That's a rather astounding statement. It gives you some idea of the challenges that we face as a community too. You know, we've done so many things right. We've got a tremendously beautiful community. We've got a lot of heritage, culturally, aesthetically, historically. There's so many things to be proud of. Our challenge is to make sure we continue to grow the way we have grown, responsibly. You know, we need to connect our neighborhoods with trails. We need to preserve our trees, our corridors, stream corridors, wildlife corridors, our open spaces. We need to preserve our history. We need to add more indoor recreational amenities. We need to work closer with our community. And we've done a great job. We have such a great staff for the city, and the councils today and in the past have had great vision. There's been a great deal of attention and very serious and thoughtful consideration about what this community should look like in the years ahead. A bunch of our communities don't look like a war zone. So I'm asking for your patience, because when I-121-75 interchange goes under construction next month, when the I-75-380 interchange goes under construction next week, when Custer Road goes under construction early next spring, and the list goes on and on, 75 widening and so forth. Many people have worked hard, our mayor and council members, chamber, to secure these dollars to really help us become a more sustainable community and to deal with the growth that we have. And we're playing catch-up on some of this. Some of it will put us ahead of the game, some of it is pure catch-up. But it is the right thing to do, but it will be difficult.
Downtown McKinney has evolved over the many decades, but its hometown atmosphere is something that will never change. Since the reconstruction of downtown McKinney reached its end, its streets are reopened to its fall signature events.
There's a lot of synergy created by the downtown area, and it really becomes sort of the heart and soul of the city. I think we're extremely well set up for festivals now, to be able to cordon areas off, and in fact, with the restaurants to be able to cordon their areas off as well. But I think with all the new trees, with all the new plantings, and the just natural beauty plus all the things that we brought in with the capital improvements, it's an ideal environment for festivals. And I think Oktoberfest is can be one of those signature events for the area. We're so fortunate fortunate to have 150 years worth of history that's just here. And for us to capitalize on that by putting some investment in it, and for the private sector to be able to take full advantage of that, and tourists and our citizens to be able to come down and enjoy it, you can't put a price tag on it.
Don't let the fall season slip away without revisiting the new downtown McKinney. Enjoy fine dining and shopping, arts and events, and so much more. All season long.
All of you know that contractors walked off the site about 6 weeks ago. It was not a good day. We're going to get this thing back on track with MCDC support, council support, and some very difficult conversations. We're going to get this thing back on track. I commit that to you. And I might as well broach another, because you're going to read about it, you might as well hear about it now. Our ice arena is over budget. As of 2 days ago, we learned it was about $1.5 to $1.8 million over budget. We've decided to move ahead with getting our construction drawings and our documents, because we're dealing with bids coming in on what effectively is still conceptual design. And with the economy the way it is, and the price of commodities, particularly steel, coming down every day, I think just taking a time out and waiting a few months and going back on the market, we can get this within budget. And I think there's some other things that we can do as well. This project is something that we will commit to finishing, but we just need to be patient and recognize that the time may not be right today. So there's two things there that we need to work on, part of those challenges, and we will continue to work hard on those to make sure that they come to fruition.